back, man. All right, guys.
Into way. But we have another client. Basically, Cam's gonna tell us his stats. We're gonna leave the name out, and we're gonna tell him
No
what
names.
we do, okay?
All right, so we got a 29-year-old male, ladies and gentlemen. He's 5'10" in height, weighs a solid 250 pounds. His goal, wants to lose weight and wants to shrink down to 185 to 190 pounds. So his occupation is a golfer technician, 5 days a week, so he works 8 to 5. So he pretty much has a 9 to 5 schedule.
Basically, he's a sedentary person.
He's not very active, so
He doesn't have a high NEAT level.
Yeah.
So he's not moving around, not burning extra low calories.
he drinks once a week. Favorite place to eat, pretty much he likes oh yeah, and he's allergic to pineapple, so no freaking pineapple.
But which isn't really a problem. It's not like throwing random pineapple most of the time. All right, you guys. So if you didn't notice, there's like some people like singing and making some random noises. And
They're
like,
up our video. So
it's like, come on now. It's like you see us over here. Get back to the little half rep squats. And
yeah,
we
they have squat form. We try to get YouTube gains. Anyways,
Anyway, okay, so we have our client, and basically this is our thought process, okay? So he's a sedentary individual, okay? Hold the phone, okay? Sedentary individual. He's 250, so technically his calories can be pretty high, right, man?
yeah.
So
Technically, his base weight is gonna push his calories up because he's so heavy.
So there's no need to go poverty calories right away when you're that big. So how many calories did we set him up with?
2,800.
We have 2,800, okay?
So we have him at 2,800 calories, guys. Macro portions are gonna be 220 grams of protein.
Because really, he doesn't need 250.
I mean,
he doesn't have that much
lean muscle mass. So we're gonna go under 1 gram per pound body weight, plus or minus 10 grams. So we're giving him kind of a like little grouping, like
A range.
A range. For carbs, he's at 305 grams of carbs because again, he's not very active, so we're not gonna be bumping in mostly carbs.
Yeah.
That being said, he's gonna eat around 35 grams of fiber. The carb range is plus or minus 10 too.
Yeah,
And
and your
then-
fiber you kind of want to be, you want to still stay regular, you want your body to be healthy.
Yeah.
And the golden rule is like 10 to 15 grams per
1,000 calories. So
Yeah, so
we're
that's
hitting the mandatory amount of fiber for him. Fats are gonna be about 78, so plus or minus 5, in between 75 and 80 grams of fat.
Which is about 25% of his total calories.
So he's gonna maintain a healthy hormone level pretty much. All right, guys. So for breakfast, we got him about 450
Oh,
calories.
pause. Let's explain. So what we're gonna do, usually we like just giving people macro balances, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many different ways you can get in your calories.
Exactly.
But most people don't really know how to apply the macros to their diet. You're like,
Exactly. So when you're first starting out cutting, it's good to have a good diet plan that's mapped out for you because honestly, people don't know how to count their macros right,
yeah.
especially if they're first starting out.
So we give them one sample diet, or anybody that does a free diet plan, we give them one sample diet, and then after 2 weeks, hopefully they will get the kind of feel of it and they can do this themselves.
So his calories for breakfast are 450. Macros are going to be 30 grams of protein, 23 grams of carbs, kind of low on the carbs, 26 grams of fat.
Which kind of looks like an omelet.
Yeah.
Bacon and cheese omelet.
It's got fatty meat, eggs, some cheese,
Yeah.
and an apple. Boom. Lunch is a little higher, 980 calories. A lot of protein, 776 grams of protein, 112 grams of carbs, and you loaded them up on lunch.
Yeah.
And 23 grams of fat. That being said, he's only really eating 3 big meals and 1 small snack, so it's not.
It's not gonna be too killer. It's not like he's
Yeah.
gonna feel like he's bulking.
Exactly.
This is pretty much a big chicken and rice.
Which is actually
Chipotle.
smart. Which is actually smart for him to eat his calories earlier in the day, just because he'll be fuller and he won't want to binge eat during the night. For a snack, 500 calories, 54 grams of protein, 59 carbs, 9 grams of fat. Pretty much, this would be almost like a perfect post-workout meal.
It's a protein shake and what else? And 2 fiber
Fiber bars, yeah.
which is perfect.
And then dinner, honestly, 814 calories, great amount of calories for dinner. 73 grams of protein, 90 grams of carbs, 21 grams of fat to fit his macros. And what is that?
Kind of like a homemade like pita chicken roll with some rice, which isn't too bad at all.
Exactly. Honestly, and if he wants to, he'd probably add some leafy greens because they're barely any calories.
Yeah.
If he wants more micronutrients.
Also, he was asking about like if we want recommending intermittent fasting, and personally, I say no most of the time. I'm not sure if Cam agrees with me on this or not.
I like intermittent fasting. I can't do it though. personally, with my lifestyle, I can't do it.
And it affects your training too.
Yeah.
Like, it makes it really hard to train, or if you're an athlete and like that, intermittent fasting really isn't the best way to go.
So he's a leg push-pull split. He can only get to
3
the
days.
gym 3 days a week, so he's gonna be hitting everything. Higher volume in those workouts, so he will
He's
be
a
getting
bigger
enough
guy.
volume. He's a bigger guy. He is also doing 2 days of cardio.
List cardio, that's low intensity, steady state.
Yeah, so he's walking on the treadmill. He's bigger right now. We're not gonna have him doing some high intensity stuff. We're gonna have him trim down a little bit, lessen the weight on the joints, and then we'll add in the high intensity when he gets more towards his goal.
And lastly, we have everybody check back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks time gives us a good scale for how you're doing. If you measure
We
calories.
want to check if the diet plan's working, bro.
Yeah, we want to we want to help you guys out. This is completely free, and we just now want to get basically in good shape. Anyway, if you guys want to be our next free diet plan winner, we have a video. We'll put the link. How do we do that? Is it like
Right
there?
Seems about right.
Yeah.
Click that link, and we'll see you next video. Anesthetics out.